Hi, this is a new story I'm working on. See if I can get it. Okay. I'll be right there. See, where is it now? It should be right here. Okay, so I just gotta get her. Get this down to 50. Okay. Eugene McWiley lived in a one-room apartment above the Axel Rivereld All-Night Tavern on Main Street. The tavern was owned and proprieted by Howling Axel Rivereld, an old man who favored a long red beard and sat behind the bar in a swivel chair all hours of the night up until about 1, reading Shakespeare, Beowulf, Dante, and his favorite Herman Melville, while Eugene McWiley played a mean curbside scat gut bucket string of pearl harmonica on his own stool, with a perpetual sombrero by his side next to a copy of Immanuel Kant, Bertrand Russell, or Ludwig van Wittgenstein. There were paintings that had been hung years earlier all around the various and varied walls by Howling Axel's better self, a woman who dressed in blue jeans, a red and white checkered kerchief, and orangutan printed blouses. Bracelets danced on both her wrists, and rings of gold and silver trimmed pewter dripped from her dainty fingers. She had a figure that could stamp 22 envelopes. 22 envelopes to mean old King Ferdinando's great-great-grandson in modern Spain, and fill Papa Jake's strawberry with barrel gates open for one and all sea chanties night and day. As far as the paintings concerned themselves, they were all hand-me-down portraits painted by Rembrandt she'd purchased from the cream puff Sally McLuggins at the Salvation Army Depot downtown. It was getting on towards late autumn at the time of our tale slowly unfolds as Hammer to the Mallet blues riff guitar moan, as if it were a gob of ice cube spit from a spittoon thrown in the face of ragtime scallywag Cindy, the one-legged ghost who haunted the tavern and rooming house cabins with a translucent blood-dripping axe, croaking, farting, and belching octopus macabre limericks into the ears of whatever oddball saint and sinner happened to be waltzing past our cross-eyed pit bull mule from New Orleans red light district. Buddy Bolden and Sidney Bechet cornet and herald horn of ragamuffin solos could be heard piping in from the dreadlock wagtail, shore leaf, chapel bell, spiral stair speaking, juxtaposed in twos alongside the candle wax dripping black plague speakers. One night, not too long ago, previous-like, Eugene McWiley was wearing a hole in the natty ragged and beer-stained carpet. A donkey settled his moonlit floor, as footsteps not belonging to scallywag Cindy drank mournful the transient air. For footsteps came from within him as well as from without him. In the cup of his good Lord's hand, he imagined the volcanic earth being hatched into turbulent life between Venus and Mars. When the footsteps finally stopped before his door, he opened it. seeing a hawk spinster midwife holding in swaddling cloth his own infant self. The spinster was rocking his infant self gently to and fro. And that brings to the first part of the story I'm working on. It's just dawn now. Well, I'll be back.